Are you working hard, but still not free? You wake up early, put in the hours, pay the bills, maybe even make a decent income. Yet deep down, you're stuck. Stuck in a cycle of stress, waiting for the next paycheck, wondering why more money never seems to equal more peace. You're not alone. Because somewhere along the way, we were sold a lie, that wealth equals freedom. But here's the truth. Looking wealthy isn't the same as being free. The nice car, the branded clothes, the fancy dinners, they don't mean anything if you're drowning in debt, living on the edge, or constantly chasing the next dollar just to stay afloat. Real freedom doesn't come from how much you earn. It comes from how you use what you earn. And if you're ready to escape the trap, to stop working for money and start having money work for you, these 7 rules can change everything. Not just your finances, but your life. Most people were never taught the real rules of financial freedom. We're told to go to school, get a job, and work hard. But no one teaches us how to win with money. We learn how to earn it, maybe even how to spend it, but not how to keep it, grow it, or build a life around it. These 7 rules aren't just about saving a few bucks or budgeting better. They're about shifting your mindset. They're about taking control, breaking free from stress and scarcity, and designing a life where money serves you, not the other way around. If you apply these, not only will your bank account grow, but so will your options, your confidence, and your sense of peace. Let's get into it. Rule number 1, pay yourself first. If you don't pay yourself first, you'll always come last. That's the hard truth most people learn too late. The moment money hits their account, it's already spoken for rent, groceries, subscriptions, a dinner out, an impulse buy here or there. And by the time the month ends, there's nothing left. Maybe next month they say, but next month never comes. Because freedom doesn't come from what you intend to save. It comes from what you save automatically. Paying yourself first means treating your future like a bill you refuse to miss. Before you pay rent, before you buy coffee, before anything, you set aside money for you. Not for spending, but for building. Savings, investments, ownership. This one rule is what separates people who stay broke, no matter how much they earn, from those who become truly free. It's not about how much you make, it's about how much you keep. When you make saving a non-negotiable, you stop relying on discipline and start relying on systems. You automate your wealth. 10%, 20%. Whatever you can manage, start now. Have it pulled out the moment your income hits, before your brain even sees it. Over time, this small habit becomes a massive shift. Your emergency fund builds. Your investments grow. You start to own assets instead of collecting expenses. And most importantly, you begin to break the cycle of paycheck dependence. Let's be clear. This isn't about deprivation. It's about priority. Most people pay everyone else first. The landlord, the streaming service, the restaurant, and leave themselves with scraps. But when you flip the script and start paying yourself first, you send a powerful message. My future matters. You stop living in reaction and start living with intention. And that's where freedom starts. Because money saved becomes money that works for you. It earns interest. It opens doors. It creates options. You stop making choices out of fear and start making them from a place of power. Pay yourself first, not just to get rich, but to get free. Rule number 2, get out of consumer debt. Debt is the enemy of freedom. It doesn't matter how much money you earn. If it's all going toward payments, you're not building wealth, you're building someone else's. Consumer debt is the silent thief of dreams. Credit cards, car loans, personal loans. They look harmless, even helpful. At first, they offer convenience, instant gratification, the illusion of abundance. But over time, they become chains, heavy, invisible chains that keep you working for your past instead of your future. Every monthly payment is a reminder that your money doesn't belong to you. It belongs to the lender. And until you break free from that cycle, true financial freedom will always feel just out of reach. Let's be real. Debt isn't just a financial issue. It's an emotional one. It creates stress, shame, anxiety, It limits your choices. It forces you to say no to opportunities because you're still paying for decisions you made years ago. That's the trap. You might think everyone has debt or it's normal, but normal is broke. Normal is living one emergency away from crisis, and normal doesn't lead to freedom. Getting out of debt means you stop mortgaging your future for short-term comfort. It means you face your numbers, create a plan, and start attacking what you owe with everything you've got. Start with awareness. List every debt you have: credit cards, personal loans, car payments, every single one. Then choose a strategy. The debt snowball method means paying off the smallest balance first to build momentum. The avalanche method targets the highest interest rate to save money. Either way, the goal is the same: eliminate the chains. Every dollar you put toward debt is a dollar buying back your freedom. And when you pay off that final balance, when your income is finally yours again, you'll feel a rush of peace no vacation or shopping spree could ever match. Getting out of consumer debt isn't easy, but it is simple. It requires discipline, sacrifice, and commitment. But more than that, it requires a vision of what life looks like without those monthly payments, a vision of options, of ownership, of calm. You deserve to be free. You deserve to build wealth without dragging a ball and chain behind you. So make the choice, cut the chains, get out of debt, and don't go back. Because the moment your money stops serving your past, it can finally start building your future. Rule number 3. Build multiple income streams. Relying on one income is like trying to balance your entire life on a single leg. One wrong move, one unexpected event, and everything can collapse. In today's world, job security is a myth. Companies downsize, industries evolve, AI, automation, economic shifts. Things can change overnight. If your only source of income is your job, then your freedom is fragile. True financial freedom is built on a foundation of multiple income streams, so that if one dries up, others continue to flow. It's not about working 100 hours a week or turning every hobby into a hustle. It's about creating income that doesn't depend on your time or presence every single day. That's where side hustles, digital income, and investments come in. A side hustle can start small. A skill you freelance, a service you offer, a product you create. Maybe it's selling digital templates, offering coaching, or renting out a spare room. The point isn't perfection, it's motion. You test, you learn, and eventually you build something that adds income without draining your life. Then there's investment income. Dividends, interest, rental income. This is where your money starts working for you. Even while you sleep. It doesn't happen overnight. But it starts the moment you shift your mindset from "I work for money" to "my money works for me." Think of income streams like layers of security. The more you have, the more resilient you become. If your job goes away, you're not in panic mode. You have backup. If one client leaves, you don't spiral, you have others. And with every stream you build, your dependence on any one source decreases. That's when you stop living in survival mode and start living with choices. You can say no to toxic bosses, take time off when you need it, explore new passions, because your income isn't tied to one gatekeeper. You own it. Building multiple income streams isn't about greed, it's about freedom. It's about future-proofing your life so no single person, employer, or event can take away your peace. And in a world where change is constant, the greatest security you can create is the ability to adapt, pivot, and still thrive. So start now. One small stream, one new idea, 1 hour a day. Over time, those streams can become rivers, and those rivers can carry you to a life where money flows in, even when you're not chasing it. Rule number 4. Live below your means and love it. Living below your means isn't about deprivation, it's about power. In a world that constantly pressures you to spend, flex, and keep up with appearances, choosing to live simply is a rebellious act of self-respect. The truth is, most people aren't broke because they don't earn enough. They're broke because they spend like they're trying to impress people who aren't even paying attention. They chase status, not stability. They prioritize appearance over peace. But the people who actually win this game, the ones who build real, lasting financial freedom, don't spend to look rich. They build quietly. They save aggressively. They buy back their time instead of chasing trends. And they love it because they're not trapped in a lifestyle designed to impress others. They're living one designed to liberate themselves. Frugality isn't about being cheap. It's about being intentional. It means asking, does this serve me? before swiping your card. It means cutting the things that don't add value so you can double down on the things that do. When you live below your means, you create margin, and margin is where freedom grows. That extra money becomes savings, investments, opportunity. It gives you breathing room, lets you take a risk, change careers, or take a break, because you're not financially suffocating just to keep up a facade. Minimalism isn't about owning nothing. It's about owning only what matters. When you shift your mindset from how much can I afford to how little do I really need to be happy, everything changes. You realize that freedom isn't found in clutter or consumption. It's found in clarity. And once you stop trying to impress others, you start impressing yourself. You find joy in simplicity, peace in restraint, pride in the fact that you control your money, instead of your money controlling you. Living below your means is the foundation of every other wealth-building habit. It's what allows you to save, invest, and grow without pressure. It gives you the space to breathe, to plan, to live intentionally. And the best part, it's a habit available to anyone, regardless of income. Because it's not about how much you have, it's about how much you keep. And when you fall in love with the freedom that comes from owning your choices, not just your stuff, you'll never go back to living beyond your limits. Rule number 5, invest early and often. If there's one rule that separates those who build real wealth from those who struggle their whole lives, it's this: invest early and often. Not when you feel ready, not when you've saved a massive lump sum. Now, because in the world of wealth building, time is more powerful than money. The sooner you start investing, the more time your money has to grow, and that growth doesn't happen in a straight line. It accelerates. That's the magic of compound interest. Your money earns money, and then that money earns more money. Over time, small amounts grow into massive wealth, not because you're a genius investor, but because you were smart enough to start early and stay consistent. Most people make the mistake of waiting. They think they need to time the market, catch the perfect moment, or understand every detail before they begin. But that hesitation is what costs them the most. Time in the market beats timing the market, always. Even if you don't have much, investing consistently, even just $50 or $100 a month, can change everything over the long term. Index funds, retirement accounts, dividend stocks, these tools aren't reserved for the wealthy. They're how ordinary people become wealthy, slowly and steadily. Investing isn't about chasing fast gains. It's about owning assets that grow over time. It's about shifting from being a consumer to being an owner. Instead of buying the latest phone, you buy stock in the company that makes it. Instead of spending every dollar you earn, you put some of it to work, quietly, steadily, so it can grow while you sleep. It doesn't take luck. It takes consistency, automatic contributions, long-term thinking, and the discipline to leave your investments alone so they can do what they're designed to do. The earlier you start, the less you need to invest later to reach the same goals. That's the advantage of youth, but it's never too late. Whether you're 20 or 50, the best time to invest was yesterday. The second best time is today. This isn't just about growing your net worth. It's about buying freedom. The freedom to stop working when you choose. The freedom to handle emergencies without panic. The freedom to walk away from anything that doesn't serve you. So don't wait. Don't overthink it. Start small, stay consistent, and let time do the heavy lifting. Because investing early and often isn't just a strategy, it's a superpower. Rule number 6, increase your earning potential. Cutting expenses is important, but you can only shrink your way to freedom so far. There's a limit to how much you can cut, but there's no limit to how much you can earn. If you truly want financial freedom, you can't just focus on saving money. You have to focus on making more of it. Increasing your earning potential is the most powerful move you can make to accelerate your path to wealth. That doesn't mean grinding endlessly or picking up more jobs just to stay afloat. It means leveling up. It means getting intentional about your value in the marketplace and relentlessly upgrading your skills, your knowledge, and your network. Whether that's learning to code, mastering sales, diving into digital marketing, or becoming great at communication and leadership, skills are assets. And unlike money, they don't depreciate. they compound. The world is changing fast, and the people who thrive are the ones who adapt. Switching careers, starting side projects, creating content, building businesses. These aren't pipe dreams anymore. They're strategies. Opportunities are everywhere if you're willing to learn, stretch, and do the work. Look around. People are earning from YouTube channels, online courses, digital products, coaching, consulting, freelancing, and many started with nothing but a laptop and a decision to bet on themselves. Your job is not your ceiling. Your current income is not your worth. But if you accept it as your limit, it becomes one. Freedom means having choices, and choices come when you have the ability to walk away from jobs, environments, and opportunities that don't serve your goals. When you increase your income, you gain leverage, you gain time, you gain the ability to save more, invest more, and create a life on your terms. That's why raising your earning potential isn't just about money, it's about mindset. It's the mindset that says, I'm not stuck, that believes in growth over comfort, that chooses creation over consumption. So don't just focus on cutting back, focus on leveling up. Read books, take courses, find mentors, build things. Every skill you sharpen adds to your earning power. Every hour spent learning pays compound interest in the long run. Don't wait for someone to give you a raise. Give yourself one, because the more value you bring to the world, the more options you create for yourself. And options, that's real freedom. Rule number 7. Define what freedom looks like to you. You'll never feel free if you don't know what freedom means to you. Without a clear vision, you'll keep chasing more money, more status, more stuff, without ever knowing when you've made it. And that's the trap so many people fall into, working harder, earning more, yet still feeling empty. Because wealth without purpose is just a treadmill. You're moving fast, but going nowhere. The truth is, financial freedom isn't about having millions in the bank. It's about having enough to live your life on your terms. But you can't build that life unless you know what it looks like. Do you want to travel the world, spend more time with your family, start a business, live in the mountains, and write a book? There's no right answer, only your answer. And until you define it, no amount of money will ever feel like enough. This is why designing your life comes before designing your finances. Too many people do it backward. They chase income first and hope fulfillment shows up later. But what if you flipped it? What if you got radically clear on your values, your priorities, your version of peace, and then built a financial plan that supported that? That's where the real magic happens. Because when your money aligns with your mission, every dollar has purpose. Every financial decision becomes easier. You're not just saving to save, you're saving for the freedom to walk away, to pursue passion, to say yes to the things that matter most. Defining what freedom means to you also protects you from comparison. You stop measuring success by someone else's lifestyle. You stop chasing dreams that aren't yours. You realize that maybe you don't need a mansion or a sports car. Maybe freedom for you is a cabin, a quiet morning and a full day with your kids. Or maybe it is building an empire. Either way, clarity is power. When you know your finish line, you can finally stop running in circles. So take the time, ask yourself, what does my ideal day look like? Who am I with? What am I doing? What am I not doing? Then reverse engineer the finances needed to live that life. Define your freedom, or the world will define it for you. Because the goal was never just to make money. The goal was always to live free. So let's take a breath and run through it. 7 rules that, if you live them, will change your financial future forever. 1. Pay yourself first. Make your future non-negotiable. 2. Get out of consumer debt. Cut the chains and stop giving your peace away to lenders. 3. Build multiple income streams. Because one source of money is too fragile for a free life. 4. Live below your means and love it. Because simplicity is strength, not scarcity. 5. Invest early and often. Let time and compound interest do the heavy lifting. 6. Increase your earning potential. Skills are the new wealth, and growth is always in your hands. And 7. Define what freedom looks like to you. Because without a personal vision, all the money in the world means nothing. These aren't just tips. They're a blueprint for reclaiming your power. Financial freedom isn't some far-off dream reserved for the rich. It's a daily decision, a mindset, a way of living that starts with the choices you make today. not someday. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need to have it all figured out. You just need to start. Start small, but start now. Because every tiny shift in how you earn, spend, save, and think compounds over time. And the sooner you align your habits with your goals, the sooner you'll realize that freedom isn't something you find at the end of your career. It's something you build with intention every single day. So if this resonated with you, if you're ready to break the cycle and step into a life where money serves you, hit that like button, drop a comment, and subscribe for more content just like this. And if you want to go deeper, check the description for a free resource or join our newsletter where we dive into tools, strategies, and real stories about building a free, financially empowered life. And when you're ready, watch our next video, How to Escape the Paycheck Trap. It's time to stop surviving and start designing. Your freedom is waiting, go claim it.